Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. So today I'm offering a fairly simple and quick tutorial on an effect that was requested on Patreon. It consists of recreating a very cool motion design effect where an object loads itself infinitely using a rotation, an angle that we can easily control. The effect isn't very complicated, so today we will see how to create it. Of course, this effect is available on Patreon, along with all my other projects and assets, including hundreds of simulations that I provide, so don't hesitate to check it out. You can also find all this project on Gumroad. And don't forget to give me a thumb up, subscribe to the channel and leave a small comment, it really helps the channel visibility a lot. Okay guys, let's start the tutorial. Okay, so now we are in 3dsmax, and the first thing I'm going to do is to create an object to create my clone effect. So I will go here in extend primitive and maybe create a chamfer box. So like this. Maybe like this if I want to create something like a smartphone maybe. Okay, I have my object, perfect. Now what I will do is to create my TyFlow setup. So I go to standard, TyFlow, and I create a TyFlow setup here. Open editor, I move the window on the right here to see my object. I will now add a brush object and pick my box. Okay, I don't need this box, so I can hide the original box. And I only keep the TyFlow setup. Now what I want to do is to create my pivot, because I want a pivot to create the animation of the rotation, scale of the movement for the creation of a lot of clones. So I will go here in helper, select point, and add a point here. You can of course pick the point and move the pivot wherever you want. So for me, I think here will be good. I will now add a move pivot operator. And in move pivot, I will select closest point to object in Word and pick the pivot. Okay, so now the pivot of my TyFlow setup is on the point and now in the center of my object. So I can move the pivot where I want. Okay, I will now add a spawn operator because I want to generate a lot of clones. So spawn here. I cannot duplicate the display, and I will add an object bind because I want to bind the spawn, the creation of the clone, in the pivot. So object bind here. I cannot pick the pivot, log to object, and I will now link the spawn to the event 2. Great. I can just move the window a bit here to see my timeline. It's perfect like this. Okay, so now what I want to do is to animate the pivot. I can animate the scale, the rotation, the movement, as I said. I am 2 frame 0. I activate the key, go maybe to frame 50, and I move the pivot. Okay, so here you can see that I have only one clone, so we will fix that. But you can see here the animation. Like this. It's already a cool effect. But what I want to do is to create a lot of clones. So to do that, I will go here in my spawn and switch the timing to continuous. Okay. You can see here with the wireframe, lot of spawn. It's great. And I can do the same with the pivot. Continuous, great. Okay, so now I can go to the frame 50 here and activate, of course, the key. And I can now move the pivot to create a different animation, different clone. It's very cool like this. Of course, as I said, I can play with the rotation like this. Beautiful. You can of course go back to the frame 0 and move the position of the pivot. The same position and rotation for the frame 50. I will have something very different. Okay, I think it's cool maybe where I was, like this. go back to perspective. That's great. Can just deactivate the auto key and play like this to create very different effect. It's very beautiful. Of course, here you can see that you cannot control the number of clones you have. So to fix that, it's very simple. You have in spawn mode, you are in per step, but you can change nothing. You can control the number of clones. So I can maybe switch to per second. Here I have the value. Here the rate, I have 1 clone per second. So I can just increase this value. 5, 10. It's as you want. Perfect. It's very beautiful. You can see the animation. Okay, so now we have the effect. We can control as we want the number of clones, but what we want to do now is maybe add a different mapping, different material for each object, for each clone. So to do that, it's very simple. I will just add here a custom properties. Set the timing, of course, to continuous. I will now go down in the menu to float data. And here you have a lot of value. You can try by yourself to see what each value does, but for this effect, I think the position magnitude will create a beautiful effect, a beautiful color. But just before apply this effect, I will show you how to create the material. So I deactivate the custom property. Here. Okay. I can now create a material with vray. Material. Here. And I will create a simple gradient. I can now play with the value of the color here. Yeah, I think it's cool like this. I will now select my material, select my TyFlow setup, and apply this material to the TyFlow setup. So, here what you can see is that I have the gradient ramp on each clone. And it's not what I want. I want something very smooth with a beautiful gradient in the position magnitude. So I will now go back here to the custom properties. As I said, I go to float data and I will select position magnitude. I can now create a name for the channel, maybe position. Okay, perfect. I can now reactivate the custom properties. I will now go to the event 2, add the mapping after the object bind. I switch, of course, the timing to continuous as well. Now what I have to do is to go here in the mode and don't select mapping from object, but mapping from custom float to use this effect, the custom properties. So mapping from custom float here, and I will select the channel for the data. So position, and here you can start to see the effect. It's a cool effect, but it's not really what we want. So I want a smooth gradient, a beautiful gradient. So I will activate here, enable normalize value, and now it's good. That's very cool like this. You can of course play with the normalized value and change the value here. If you want to adjust the gradient, play with the min, with the max like this. Yeah, now it's perfect. You can of course go back here and change the color and you will see the change in live. And of course you can play with the pivot as you want. Okay guys, so it's over for this tutorial. I hope you've learned a lot of things. As usual, the project is available on Patreon and Gumroad, so feel free to go check it out. Don't forget to leave a thumb up and subscribe to the channel, and if you can, leave a small comment, that will be really awesome. You can also follow me on Instagram if you want. I will see you very soon for a new tutorial guys. Bye!